Mysterious deaths often come out of nowhere. If you guys have noticed anything from watching this channel, it's probably that the worst things often tend to happen to the least likely people. This case is no exception. In May 2021, a truck driver found 2 deceased teens at the side of a Florida country road. But what situation could have led both of them to such an unlikely fate? But before we get into today's video, I want to talk to you about Atlas VPN. Atlas VPN is a tool that encrypts your data and hides your virtual location. When connecting to the VPN server, the device you're on is given a new IP address, which means ain't nobody gonna be able to figure out where you are. I know some of the people I cover in my videos probably should have used this, if you know what I'm saying. When the traffic arrives at the server, the VPN decrypts any information and allows access to your desired location. By inserting your email address, the tool scans the internet to see if it ended up in any recorded data breaches or data dumps that include emails, names, passwords, or other sensitive information. And Atlas VPN is supported on any device and provides a 30-day money-back guarantee for all subscription purchases. Atlas VPN will not only disguise your actual IP address, preventing personal data exposure, but also has a feature that blocks any malicious links. Most of y'all think that because platforms like Twitter and Discord don't show your name and only display username, that you're protected. Right? Wrong. Many people could be able to access your IP address, who could take a huge advantage of your identity. But have no fear. Atlas VPN will not only disguise your actual IP address, but also has a feature that blocks any malicious links that you may accidentally click on. Currently, Atlas VPN is running a huge discount on their 3-year deal for just $139 per month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. The deal won't last for long, so make sure to check it out by clicking the link in the video description below. Let's dive in. Sumner County, Florida is a popular holiday location with lots of options for hiking and getting up close with some local wildlife. But on the morning of May 12, 2021, a truck driver was making his usual stops in the area when, out on a remote road, he discovered something totally unexpected.
And I'll pray for their souls. I can't believe it's I never thought I was going to find something like this here.
When the police reached the scene, they discovered the bodies of 2 teenage boys. A little while later, they identified the pair as Isaiah Nelson and Preston Nixon, and it was soon confirmed that both of the teens were the victims of a double homicide. This completely shocked the local community. Both Preston and Isaiah were known to be shy, hardworking, homeschooled kids. Basically, they were the last ones you'd expect to get into any dangerous trouble. Their uncle described them both as quiet and reserved.
Perhaps that's why Isaiah and Preston became such good friends, as they shared those characteristics.
A family friend, Rachel Nixon, described Preston as a kind, sweet young man with a bright future ahead of him. He was quiet, reserved, respectful, and loved dearly by all those around him. Other people close to Preston seemed to agree with her.
He was a kind and quiet, loving soul, always helpful. If he went in the house to grab drinks, he grabbed drinks for his friends too. It's the kind of kid he was.
Isaiah Nelson also had big ambitions, intending to go much further with his life after graduating from high school.
Isaiah worked at Zaxby's and worked double shifts and had linked up and was being mentored by an investment firm and was investing money at 17.
So these 2 teens loved video games, especially Fortnite, and hanging out with their friends. Sounds like they were pretty normal so far. But on May 12, 2021, their lives came to a tragic end, and the coroners reported that their short lives had been ended by gunshot wounds. That must have been a really terrifying way to go. But we haven't gotten to the weirdest part of this case yet. Even considering what we currently know about it, and that there currently isn't very much, this next part is even stranger.
We believe at this time that both victims may have known their assailant.
That's super chilling information. It almost suggests that investigators already have some idea of who did it, or some evidence suggests they have reason to think this, right? Well, right now, we just don't know. At this point, the police department still hasn't expanded on why they might believe Preston Nixon and Isaiah Nelson knew their attacker. That's understandable, I guess. It's really early days. The investigations have to keep this kind of evidence close to their chest. And while this may be kind of frustrating to people who want to know the details of this case, this is pretty normal practice. In 2017, a similar crime, known today as the Delphi murders, took the lives of Abigail Williams and Liberty German in Delphi, Indiana. The case is still officially unsolved, and a lot of people were confused as to why the police barely released any information, especially if it would help catch the killer. The reality is that making it seem like they don't have much evidence is the best way to keep the killer under their control, so they can't figure out what the police know and ultimately become easier to catch. But it is a really creepy twist, isn't it? The idea that these poor guys knew the person that did this to them. Honestly, it raises a lot more questions about how something this awful could have happened to these two innocent homeschooled teenagers. I mean, from the outside looking in, it could easily be assumed that the pair led quite sheltered lives. At least, at first glance anyways. Still, if this wasn't a totally random act, then what on earth was going on with them during the night of May 11th? And who on earth could have done this to them? Because they were both homeschooled, there's been some social media speculation, for instance, that the circle of suspects must be kind of small, which totally makes sense. Then again, the crime rate in their hometown area looks a little high compared to the rest of America. Guns are still relatively easy to come by. In Florida, homicide by gun only appeared to be going up. So could the boys have been unlucky and in the wrong place at the wrong time? Or was someone they knew playing around and something went badly wrong? There have been a few claims that someone called CJ was behind it, underneath several YouTube videos about this case. Considering the number of trolls that exist on this website, I would definitely take those claims with a pinch of salt. Other people in the comments also claim to be the boys' cousins and just how much they miss them. If those comments are faking it, then that's even worse. As well as this, there's been speculation around the true motive, from the boys trying to get high to an argument over a girl. Right at this point, we simply don't know, but it's probably smart to not totally believe anything written in YouTube comments. We're still waiting to hear more from the real investigators. The sheriff recently released a statement on the case saying, "Our detectives are working tirelessly to follow up on any leads, and we're asking for the community's help in solving this brutal and senseless murder." Of course, both of the boys' families have been completely devastated by what happened. Appearing together in a video where they appealed for information, it was truly heartbreaking to see their reactions while Isaiah's uncle, Matt Oakley, was speaking.
And due to the actions of some monster or monsters, however it may play out, their lives, their futures are no longer there. For these families, there will be no graduation ceremony.
The impact on the families is really rough, and now they have to deal with unexpected funeral expenses for their own sons. For this reason, GoFundMe campaigns have been raised for Isaiah and Preston's families. If you'd like to help them, then the links to both are below. But if there's anybody out there with any information, here's how you can help. If anyone has any information regarding this case, please contact the Sutner County Sheriff's Office at 352-793-2621. Or to remain anonymous, use CrimeLine at 1-800-423-TIPS 8477. There's also a large reward on offer.
We have matched a reward of $5,000 to make a total of $10,000 for any information that could lead to an arrest in this case.
Someone out there knows what happens. Hopefully, the offer of a reward is enough to make them come forward. It's such a bizarre and tragic case, and I can't imagine that anyone in that community feels too safe right now. So let's hope that the cops can clear up this mystery soon. That brings us to the end of today's video. What do you think of this case? Will the police uncover the truth, and could it really have been someone close to the boys? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Thanks for watching the video, everyone. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, bye!